Welcome to the IAGG 2017 Abstract Submission site. We are now accepting submissions for abstracts for the 21st IAGG World Congress of Gerontology and Geriatrics, an event which takes place on July 23rd to 27th, 2017 in San Francisco, California. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to submit your abstract for a symposium program overview and individual symposium abstract using our online submission site. To begin, log into the IAGG website using your GSA username and password. If you have previously been active with the Gerontological Society of America, you should have an existing account. If you're unsure, click Forgot Your Password to see if your email address is in the system. You can easily reset your password if needed. Once you have logged in, click the blue My Account button and click Abstract Central. You will be brought to a general information page. Enter your professional information, choose whether you'd like to be a reviewer, and select 3 to 6 areas of expertise. Complete all required fields within the Contact Information page, then click Save Changes Next section. If you only want to sign up as a reviewer and do not plan to submit an abstract to IAGG 2017, you do not need to fill out the Disclosures step. Simply click Save Changes on the Disclosures page, and you're all set. If you are going to submit an abstract, please fill in all required information on the Disclosures page and click Save Changes to enter the submission system. When your account is updated, you'll find some helpful information on the welcome screen regarding the abstract submission process, including the abstract submission deadline, which is July 15th, 2016, information and instructions for submission. You'll see a list of submission fees associated with each type of submission, helpful resources such as frequently asked questions and answers, and contact information for in-the-moment support during the submission process. Let's get started. Click the tab on the top of your screen for Symposium Program Overview. On this page, there are some notes to remind you of the fees associated with this type of submission and information about the process. On this page, you'll also find abstracts saved in draft as well as abstracts that you've already submitted. To create a new submission, click the link on the left to create a new submission. First, select your session format. A Symposium Program Overview submitter is chair of the symposium. The chair must plan the symposium with 2 to 5 people who will submit individual symposium abstracts on topics related to the overview. The chair must ensure that there are 2 to 5 individual symposium abstracts attached to the symposium program overview. See IAGG 2017 Symposium Submission Options for more information. IAGG does not coordinate or group submissions together into symposiums. Once you select your session format, click Continue. A pop-up window will notify you that submission types cannot be changed once they are selected. If needed, you can return to the previous screen to choose a different session format. Otherwise, continue with the session format you've selected. If you are submitting your research independently, choose Oral Communication, Paper or Poster. If you are a student, you may choose Student Oral Communication, Paper or Poster. To access an existing draft, select the drop-down menu under Action for the abstract you want to edit and click Edit Draft. This will open your abstract submission draft where you can complete information or make edits. Step 2 of the process includes typing in information for your symposium's title, program overview, and objectives, as well as selecting the session format, session topic, and the session track that best categorizes your symposium. At the top of this page, you'll see some helpful guidelines to follow. Titles must be in title case format following the APA style guidelines. Titles are limited to 100 characters. The abstract body is limited to 250 words of text. For objectives, submitters are required to provide at least 2 specific and measurable objectives for their abstracts. Scrolling down the page, fields that are required are denoted by red asterisks. Once you enter the abstract title and body, you are allowed up to 3 objectives, 2 of which are required and the third is optional. Use the drop-down menus to select your session format, up to 2 session topics, and the session track that your symposium falls into. If you selected interdisciplinary for your session track, you are required to explain why you selected the interdisciplinary track in 100 words or less. Interdisciplinary abstracts should bring together distinctly different conceptual and/or methodological perspectives to address a single overarching question that would otherwise not be appropriate for an existing section. Select a theme and click Add Response to let us know if your symposium relates to another theme. Then click Save and Continue. As you move through the abstract submission process, you will notice in the upper left corner green check marks appear as you complete each step in the process. If you do not complete a step in its entirety, a pop-up window will notify you that there is an error or an incomplete step on a specific page. From here, you can either close the pop-up window and correct the error, or click Save and Continue to return to this step at a later time. You will notice a green check mark will not appear if you do not correct the error, indicating that you need to return to that step to complete an action before you are able to submit your finalized abstract. Step 3 of the process requires you to provide information about your chair, co-chair, and discussant. As a submitter, you are considered the primary author of the symposium. Once you have logged in and started an abstract submission from your account, you are unable to change the fact that you will be the person receiving all communications about the abstract. Please add any chair, co-chair, or discussant on this step by clicking on Add Participant. There must be only one person in each of these roles. Enter the name and email address and click Search. Then click Add to add the author to the list of participants. Choose the role from the drop-down list for that person. If you cannot find the person when searching, click the button to Add a Participant. From the drop-down menus, you are required to select at least one institution that each author is affiliated with, but you are allowed to select up to 3 institutions total. You can easily create a new institution by selecting that option from the drop-down menu and entering the institution's name, country, state, if applicable, and city where the institution exists. Once you add a new institution, the name should appear in the drop-down menu. Here you can easily edit or remove that institution name. You may update the participant order by clicking on the drop-down menu under Order to change the numbers, and then click Update Participant Order. This is how the names will be listed in the program book. Step 4 of the process allows you to link individual symposium abstracts to your session. There are 3 options for linking individual symposium abstracts to your submission. It is important to communicate in advance with your co-presenters and decide what works best for your group. Option 1 is Divide and Conquer. Symposium submitters and individual symposium abstract submitters each create and submit their own abstract. During the submission process, the Symposium Program Overview submitter will link the individual symposium abstracts to their submission. Here's how to do this. Under Step 4, Link Abstracts, click the link to Link Abstracts. Enter the name, email address, or abstract ID of the individual symposium abstract and click Search. Under Add, click Link to connect the abstract to your symposium. Please note, the abstract ID is the same as the control ID, and individual symposium abstracts must be submitted and not in draft in order to show up in search. Option number 2 is the one-stop shop. Symposium submitters have the option to create all individual symposium abstracts associated with their symposium program overview. There are a few things the symposium submitter should gather before creating the individual symposium abstracts, such as the individual symposium abstract title and body, the full name, institution, and the highest degree earned of the author, and the author's CV. Here's how to do this. Under Step 4, Link Abstracts, click the Create Abstract button on the right. This will take you to the individual symposium abstract submission process. In Step 1, Session Format, Individual Symposium Abstract will automatically be selected as the session format. Follow the steps to create an individual symposium abstract. Enter your abstract title and abstract body and click Save and Continue. Choose your session format and click Save and Continue. Enter the author information, highest degree earned, check the publication and formatting box, and upload the CV of the primary author. Review the proof before you select Review and Submit. Please note, individual symposium abstract submitters may create their own abstract using the same process and link it to the submitted symposium program overview. In this step, where you link the submission to a session, the submitter must select the symposium creator's name and the symposium title from the drop-down list. Option 3 is Mix and Match. It is also possible to do some steps from Option 1 and some from Option 2, meaning you may link to individual symposium abstracts that your co-presenters have already created, and you can create individual symposium abstracts. Next, it's time to review and submit your abstract. At the top, you will be prompted if there are any errors or incomplete steps in your submission. The system will indicate which steps are incomplete so you can easily make edits. Green check marks indicate when a step is complete. A red X indicates there is an error in that particular section. In this example, Step 3 requires you to enter the institution for the chair, co-chair, and discussant. Simply click the Edit button to return to that section and select the drop-down list under Institution, and either select an institution from the list or create a new one. Returning to the Review and Submit page, the error warning is no longer there. Carefully review your abstract submission in its entirety, as this is how your information will appear in program materials, and you cannot make edits after the submission deadline. Click the button to complete payment. Here is where you can pay your submission fee using your credit card. We accept Discover, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. The order summary in the upper right corner will tell you the total fee you are about to pay. To print a receipt, log into the abstract submission site and click the tab for Symposium Program Overview. Your submitted abstract will appear under Submissions. Click the drop-down menu under Action and select the option for View Receipt to print the receipt or save it as a PDF. Did you forget something? You may edit your abstract submission until the submission deadline, which is July 15th. After that date, you are unable to edit your abstract. To edit your abstract, log into the abstract submission site and click the tab for Symposium Program Overview. Your submitted abstract will appear under Submissions. Click the drop-down menu under Action and select Edit Return to Draft. Make your edits and click Review and Submit to save your changes. You will not be asked for payment again. Thank you for submitting your symposium for IAGG 2017. We are excited to review your submission. Notifications will be emailed to the primary author regarding the status of your submission by mid-December 2016. For more information about IAGG 2017, including how to register for the event and pay the registration fee, or to learn about the program agenda, please visit IAGG2017.org.